Okay. That should be what I need there. Okay. Okay. And now live. Okay. All right. What is up, T. Lou? Bro, what's up, man? Let's see. I hope I didn't mess up this little thing here. Why can't I see myself? Let's see. 1 second, y'all. Is this me? Hey, what's up? I got a face cam now. What is up, everybody? I am Artstrading. My name is Art. And today I'm going to be just doing a little bit of test run stuff. The stream actually starts at 7 o'clock. I just wanted to make sure everything is working good in the hood. When you guys get the chance, can you guys please drop tickers that you'd like me to check out for you in the chat, so that way I can get those all going for you. As for anyone who is going to be watching in Danny's room, feel free to type into the members chat so I can get your tickers. Triggers here for live charting session. Okay. How about this $15 short on Gap on this? What is this? Arista Networks. What's the ticker for that, Philip? And give me one moment. I'm getting a phone call from CJ. Yo, you're on live, bro. I'm on the live stream as we speak. We got a whole 12 viewers on the live as we speak.
Let's run it. How do I jump on?
For you, bro, can you please hop onto the chit chat channel on the Fincher?
I got you.
That way I can still hear you without having to like change everything up here.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, bro.
Peace.
Peace. Alrighty. Okay. All right. So everyone can hear me perfectly fine. You can see me. We got a whole face cam and everything.
Hey, yo.
Bro, peep the stream on YouTube. I got a whole face cam.
Bro. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. Give me a second. I'm a boomer, bro.
A boomer over here, bro.
Let's see.
How exciting. I'm so excited, dude. This challenge is going to be so fucking exciting, dude. Dude, 3 racks, 30 racks. Easy mode, bro.
Hey, yo. Look at this good looking muff.
Yo. No way. Yo, homie got dressed up for the occasion and everything, dude. No way.
Hey, yo,
I can't believe this guy put on everything just for the sake of this, bro. Look, hey, I'm just trying to get one of these, my boy. I'm just trying to get one of these, my boy. Yo. Can't believe it, bro.
You got the bust down on?
I'm wearing my Rolex date just, but hey, that's alright. Since we aren't starting until 7, can you explain how this challenge will work and when I'll be posting plays throughout the day? Yeah, of course. So since we're not started yet, I'm gonna reiterate this in a little bit, but really quick. Challenge is $3,000 to $30,000. Basically, what that means is I'm going to be using a cash account in order to be able to take multiple day trades throughout the day without having that 3 day trade over 5 rolling day limit. This is some stuff that I cover in the Before You Begin Word document. But in particular, we're going to be taking some debatable expiries here and there. We're looking for A+ setups. We're going to be taking positions in a lot of tech, a lot of finance, and a lot of retail. Those are just things that I do. I do not trade penny stocks. I do not trade normal stock, at least for this challenge. I'll be doing options, and other than that, we're basically just going to be taking very strict rules. We're taking no bigger than 20% losses, and then when we go to take our positions, we are looking to take profits typically at 10+%. Ideally, we'd like to be tracking our entries and exits on our tracker Excel sheet. So pretty much that's where you're entering, hey, I entered this position at this price. Here's where I exited. All of that, you log all your information there, and it'll track the progress overall. Last time I did this challenge, we got all the way up to 18,000, and then market conditions kind of got a little choppy, so I just went back to my main account, and I never really got back on this account, which is kind of shitty, and I apologize for that. Ooh, I can't say those kinds of words on YouTube. But basically what that means is that we are restarting this account back at 3,000, and we're going to try to get this thing at 30,000 in the span of 8 to 12 weeks. Obviously, we're going to aim for that quicker go, but we will be taking those A+ setups, and if there's nothing there, obviously I will not take any positions. Yeah, I accidentally did upload the older document, and I need to resend it to literally everyone, and that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. So, whoops. Liking this already. Fuck yeah, let's get it. I mean, heck yeah, let's get it. Other than that, though, guys, I am very much excited to do this challenge again with you guys. You guys showed me hype. I mean, really, you guys were the main reason why I'm doing this again. I kind of shied away from it because, well, I've been trading my main account and I've been taking like $30,000 position sizes, but we're back. That simply put, we are back, and I'm very excited. I don't know. I hope I teach you guys something here and there. As for the people tuning in who are not part of Masterclass, I'm also uploading new lessons every week to that. That is my personal coursework that shows you exactly how I trade myself. This will show you exactly how to use my indicator set, etc. Anyone who participates in the challenge gets a 50% off code. So feel free to look at the packet that has that code for you. Other than that, though, absolutely excited. This is all going to show you how I trade, how I look for different positions to take, what my different strategies are, along with the mentality of trading, because I feel like a lot of people don't actually go over that. I feel like the mentality is the majority of the trading. I would say that it's about 80% of trading rather than you finding a play and entering it and exiting it. It's more so the mental of, do I hold? Is this thing still going to my favor? Or should I just cut my position and go to something new? Hey, yo, CJ in the chat. Yeah. Yes, sir. Off to a great start. Let's get this bread, bro. Yes, sir. Bag is in. I have a good bit of DMs that I'll need to get to after the stream. We're starting in about 2 minutes. I'm very excited. But other than that, I'll just start getting some tickers ready. If you guys have a chance, please do type your tickers in the chat room. If you're in Fincher, type that in the members chat. If you're on YouTube, please just type that into the chat box and I'll get over to them in the order of which they come. I ask that, if there's a ton of people here, don't request like 5 tickers. Kind of space them out. But if there's not a lot of tickers being mentioned, please feel free to give me every single one that you'd like me to check out. This is my first debut on YouTube since 2021. Back in I think April was the last time I streamed. I apologize for that, y'all. I'm sorry. I got lazy and I'm back. As for the people who want to watch me on TikTok, back on that starting tomorrow. CJ is my accountability partner. So if you don't see a post, tag him. But yeah, no. I'll be uploading more onto YouTube. I've been taking notes. I've been doing a lot more coursework and learning more about my trade. And so I'm very excited. I've actually got all of my, right over here actually, I've got all of my new coursework that I'm going to be uploading to you guys. down in my little notebook if I can flip to the correct page. But, excuse my garage. But other than that, I mean, I'm very excited to have you guys here. I've been trying to improve my trading, and I feel like I've definitely been on quite a tear. My best month actually was back in October and November. I was making like 5-figure days, maybe back to back, and back to back. And so I want to use a lot of those new strategies that I've learned in this new challenge to hopefully grow this account way quicker than 8 weeks. So yeah, here's all our new information that we'll be putting into our coursework for those who are interested. But yeah, it is 7 o'clock, so let's get this thing on the road. I'll be sharing my screen on Discord as well for those who are watching. Let me just put that right there. Hopefully that doesn't fry my computer, but it should be fine. Alrighty, let's get this thing on the road. So for tickers, guys, please put those in the members chat or into the chat box on YouTube, and let's get this thing on the road. I'll be doing the stuff that I like looking at first, mainly because, well, this is my stream. But that said, let's get right into it. And then we got CJ here as well with me, and he is my business partner in crime, my boy. Let's fuck GME. Ah, jeez. Okay.
Oh, baby, take me out to dinner.
Take me out to dinner, bro. Alrighty, let's get right into it. Firstly, I just want to do a quick little analysis of ES. /ES is the S&P 500 futures. So pretty much this is what you're going to be looking at when you want to see how the market health is overall. Let me quickly just throw up a 4-hour chart and a daily chart just so we have an idea. So pretty much what I'm a little scared of right now is this slight head and shoulders pattern that's forming here. Notice we also have a MACD crossover, and the histogram is actually starting to open further to the downside. And the main problem with that isn't necessarily that it's opening up too much more, but it's that we're below every single SMA line here until we get to 200 SMA, which means that if 9 SMA pushes us lower, yikes. I'm not very excited for long positions if we can't get above this, like, I want to say maybe like 46.70 mark. But other than that, I would say that the overall market condition, if you look at it in terms of a longer term, does show up as, say, upside. All right. And so overall, let me pull this thing up. And of course, someone needs to walk into my area at the same exact time. 1 second. Sorry, that was my brother. But anyways, so yeah, pretty much I think that we might head a little lower based off of this head and shoulders. I would be a little I won't be too trigger happy starting open tomorrow, mainly because we did have a 3-day weekend. There's going to be a lot of premium getting pumped into options that will likely just disappear as soon as the open begins in the first 30 minutes. But who knows? Is this being recorded? Yes, it is. It's going to be in my YouTube channel as a past live stream as soon as this thing ends. So yeah, and then you look at this thing on a 4-hour chart. Try to ignore all the clutter here. But again, we're below every single SMA line. We are trying to cross over. If we can get above that 46.70, 46.80 mark that I was mentioning earlier, that is definitely going to be something that will be our confirmation to the upside. Other than that, let me just pull up a SPY chart. A lot of the trades that we're going to be taking during this challenge as well is going to be SPX, SPY, probably SPY until we get into SPX kind of capital. But that is definitely something that I want to take with this challenge because the gains that you can get on SPX are pretty quick, but they are extremely risky trades. So if you're very new to trading, I would be very inclined to avoid those ones that I'm taking. But other than that, I will be looking at SPY, QQQ, your regular trading, stocks, Apple, Microsoft, things like that. I took a lot of American Express and a lot of Costco and Apple on my first challenge, and it was pretty good. So I'll likely be doing the exact same thing. So that's SPY right here. Again, long term, we held on to this kind of overall trend line that we've been having, 1, 2, 3 bottoms. We're overall making higher lows. So I would not be surprised if we did just bounce here and at least retest this 472. The main test right now would be, can we get back above this? Otherwise, if we fall below, I wouldn't be surprised if overall we would see a $20 drop in the span of a couple of weeks on the S&P 500. Let me pull up a QQQ chart really quick for you guys. Here is QQQ, 1 hour and 4 hour. And so pretty much when I'm looking at something like this is...
That one, the Cooper Cup and AJ Green score. Oh, yeah.
1 second. I can hear somebody in my ears.
I got you, bro. I muted him.
Thank you, sir. All right. So pretty much when it comes to a trade on, say, QQQ, what I'm looking for is just overall trend line showing up. So this is hourly chart. Can we get above 50 SMA? This almost looks like a little bit of a recovery, like a little bit of a rounding bottom. But if we can't get back above, say, 50 SMA at this 381 mark, I would be more inclined to take short. This is mainly because the MACD line is already starting to curl to the downside. Notice that the histogram is heading a little lower. So we're, again, rounding off that top. This is what we're seeing right here in the hourly chart. You pull up a 4-hour chart, same type beat, but over here it looks more like a little bull flag. And notice how the 4-hour chart is starting to show that the selling pressure is kind of dumping off. If you can get the MACD to confirm upwards, aka crossing upwards, I would be ready to take a long, especially above that 381 mark that we were just mentioning. So basically, when it comes to this, at least stock in particular, we want this thing to bounce above 381. This would confirm a bull flag, and we'd be taking profit at 382 to 383. Let's see if we have... All right, cool. We have some new requests. Perfect. All right, and then let me get through my other ones. So Apple. Apple in particular, I think, is in a gorgeous spot for a long. Notice how we bounced on 200 SMA. We haven't touched 200 SMA on Apple in, I want to say, half a year. Yeah, so, oh no, not even, 1 quarter ago. So back in October, it touched 200 SMA, and then it took this massive tear. Keep in mind that the 200 SMA is the mean, and price always reverts to the mean no matter what. We'll eventually touch 200 SMA at some point for the majority of stocks. They don't just always go exponentially high. We are finally touching that 200-day moving average right here. And so we bounced right off at the 170 support line. So notice hits 200 SMA, goes down a little bit to kind of trap those people who still want to go short, and gets scooped right up and pumps up another $3. So this is my upwards confirmation, assuming that this MACD can cross on the 4-hour chart. Notice that the RSI is fairly neutral. So that is the relative strength index. So overall, Apple is relatively strong when you actually go and you look at it. And another thing that I'm looking at right now is that the MACD histogram is starting to go into the green zone. Notice that the buying is going to, or not the buying, the selling is starting to kind of taper off as we start seeing this MACD to cross back up. So ideally, 174. This thing can get above 174. We at least test 175, and ideally we take profit at 177. That's at least when you look at this on a 4-hour chart. This would be likely a swing trade more than a day trade, unless this thing can get above 174 in a day. Apple has been pretty flat sometimes for its movements, so if it weren't to happen in one day, I would not be surprised, but that's all right. In terms of an hourly chart, this thing looks pretty meh, honestly. Nothing crazy to look at. I drew a little line right here just to kind of give us an idea of where 200 SMA is on the 4-hour chart. So worst case scenario, this thing turns into an H. So notice I kind of highlight what an H looks like. And so we would retest at that 171 mark, assuming we reject the 50-day moving average. I'm also looking at Boeing. Boeing has been on an absolute shred recently.
One thing to remember before you move forward is Apple has earnings next week, so we may get a really big earnings run up.
Exactly. And so I don't know if that showed up on my side for YouTube, but if it did, can someone please confirm it on the chat for YouTube? But pretty much CJ was just saying that Apple has earnings this week, so we might see a massive rip upwards.
Next week, the 27th.
Next week. Might be. Yeah, so we might see this huge earnings rip going into the earnings, mainly because people like to kind of gamble on stuff like that, and you'll end up seeing a lot of, typically just selling goes out the window and people just like to scoop up shares. But I'm pretty excited for Apple. Overall, I think it's in a very nice spot. Even for long-term shares, whenever things touch the 200 SMA, think of it as, like, in general, it's just a really nice place to buy, although that is not financial advice. But anyways, Boeing. I think Boeing is so good on this 4-hour chart. We have a huge rounding bottom. I think if we can get above this little double top right here on the 4-hour chart, so here's one top, here's two. If we can get above, and it's already, kind of confirming above that. If we can get above, like 120 or 227, this thing easily rips back up to 230 plus. I think Boeing is going to be one of the first trades that we take on this challenge, and I'm very excited to take it. Because look, assuming we touch 230, we go all the way to 235. From 235, we'll likely reject back down to 230. This thing turns into an inverse head shoulders. Boom, we rip higher. But that is assuming that we can get above, like that 230 mark. I'll put this on a daily chart so you guys can see. We've slightly broke above 200 SMA these past couple of days. The first day, 2 days ago, we did reject. And notice how massive we have this buying pressure right now. So it would slightly taper, and then it just keeps picking up. MACD is wide open. RSI is super strong. And even our custom indicator right now is showing a 0. And on a daily chart, that just means just buy it. Again, not financial advice, but it looks pretty damn good. I would be very, very inclined to take this, just even on like my own main account as a swing trade. So Boeing is very high on my list for tomorrow. Next, I want to go over Shopify. So we have Shop. I think Shop is also a very nice little setup. I think that Shopify can definitely rip a little higher, assuming that... Here, one second. Let me pull up a daily chart so you guys can see this a little better. We have not been in this like $1,000 realm in quite a while. I don't think that we fall much lower, especially below 1,000. So I would call this a buy zone because, again, keep this in mind. And we have this 1120, or rather 1,020 to about 1,100 is kind of a little area of support. Only thing is I would wait for confirmation if we can get back above this daily chart 9 SMA. If I put this on a 4-hour chart, this thing looks absolutely horrible, rancid, awful, but we did bounce that 1040 mark, so that is partially my signal to start buying. Notice that the MACD histogram is starting to show a little bit of buying again, so I would be very inclined to take something long, at least for Shopify. Only problem is for a challenge account, it is way too expensive to buy into, and a big problem with Shopify is that the options are very, very, very stagnant. They're not very liquid, so you're going to see a very big bid and ask spread, and that might give you liquidity issues. So I would be very, very careful with that. Overall, though, Shopify is high on my list. I think that this one does pretty well. I was also looking at Netflix because it did have that huge push on Friday. This was on the news that they were going to be increasing their prices. Cool Cats faded this move, aka CJ shorted this thing right at the top because you can't just have a huge 30-point move like that and expect to not have any sort of profit taking. He did it to the T, textbook perfect. And so what I'm looking at when I look at this 4-hour chart is that we have this crossover with the histogram starting to show green. Ideally, this thing holds the 525 level and gets to the 533 level. I'll be likely trying to take a long from there, assuming that markets are green. So that is a super nice setup that I do like a lot.
Also, they have earnings this Thursday too.
Yeah, so yeah, earnings Thursday. You can see our little icon right here. So this might be something that is very, very, I guess, very enticing to a lot of traders to take long positions. So you might see a huge long bias going into this week. I can actually check that for you guys right now, actually. So let's just go into options that expire soon. Let's go to our open interest. So that shows up right here. We're at 525 levels. And notice that there's a 550 volume and open interest that's showing up way higher than the rest of the other options. So see 5,354 for volume, 5,928 versus the current contracts, which are 512 and 347. So overall, there's a lot more call volume than there is for puts, at least for this strike. So people might be expecting this thing to move a little higher. And if you look at the expected move right here, that's what shows up as these little numbers right here. We have a plus 40, minus 40 move for this week. So people assume it's going to be a very volatile week for Netflix, which is pretty exciting because I haven't traded Netflix in quite a while, but I know that their options pay absolutely mint. So really quick, let me go over a member ticker here really quick. So let's see. We've got, well, Tesla, of course. How could we not want Tesla? So Tesla is pretty interesting in that it has been kind of in this channel. We didn't get back above the 1250 mark, but we are still getting very close to this top of the channel again. If we can get this MACD line to cross over and get this histogram to go back into the green, I'd be very inclined to say that we'll retest the $1,100 mark once again, because that is something that is kind of a gravity line almost at this point, and mainly because people want to take this as a W bottom back into the 1200 realm. Let's see. Definitely Costco. Absolutely Costco. And then let me, whoops, pull up wallmine.com. Okay, yeah, so Costco, okay, as soon as Costco actually starts kind of ripping again, I'm going to be so excited to take this thing, mainly because this sell-off that we've seen is a 70-point sell-off, so it's an over 10% drop in Costco, and I think that it's a little bit overdone. We held onto the 500 level pretty well, although it is dependent on whether or not we can actually hold it when it comes time. I think that if the market is even relatively green, I think we'll see this thing push right back above. Only thing I'm scared of is, again, this kind of level is pretty much untested for a while. Costco went about 5 or 6 months pretty much straight ripping with no real sell-off. So I'd be very hesitant to take a position right now, but I do want to take it soon. And so hopefully this thing starts moving with this challenge, and hopefully will take us to the moon. Let's see. Why is it
Bro,
not
you gotta pull up MU.
Moo? Bro.
Move, bro, to the moon.
Moo.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, wait. KS says show port, bro. All right, here's port. So
No, you don't gotta do that.
so port go crazy. But anyways, it's been slapped a little bit from the top. I was at like 435 and it's like 400 now, but it's okay. These are all the NFTs I'm looking at. But anyways, let's see. Apple, I already said Apple. Airbnb and Activision. Before I do that, let me check out this Moo real quick, because Moo is pretty exciting. So Moo has not been this high in a while. So here's a 2-year chart really quick, just for a reference point. So notice that we had this huge downtrend going from the beginning of 2021 pretty much till the very end of 2021, and then randomly we'd start bumping after earnings. Bull flag into bull flag, just shredding. So pretty much here's my beef. Even the smallest bump in price crosses this MACD. The moment this thing gets near $100, the most free push you'll ever see. This is so high on my watch list. CJ and I have been talking about this thing for, well, let's see how many times this candles have been here. For about 2 weeks now. I think MU is an absolute like high on the watch list. So currently my top picks, I think that we've got, for me, very top, I think Apple and Netflix, then Shop, then like MU. Actually, I would swap MU with Shop. I think that thing is super sweet. Let me pull up Airbnb really quick. So Airbnb is Airbnb is a little debatable. You have a MACD that's crossed, but it's trying to curl up a little bit. I would wait, honestly, for this thing to get above maybe like 166 before I take it. Yeah, there's not really much to say about it. I don't think it's in a very good spot yet. I would maybe give this like another week or so. Activision. This thing might head lower. This might turn into an H pattern. I'd be hesitant with this one. It also has earnings very soon on the 3rd of February, so be careful with that. But let's say if you can get Activision above 67 again, I'd be inclined to take this thing long because you have a giant gap fill back up into the 80s. Otherwise, I would avoid this thing at least for right now, unless it broke maybe back down to 60. Below 60, obviously I'll take it even more short. Check ANET. Yeah, sure. ANET to the downside. Right now, this thing has a huge, and I mean huge H pattern. And you look at this thing on a daily chart, this is a gigantic head and shoulders. I would be terrified if I was in long right now. That said, 9 SMA and 50 SMA are pointing to the downside. I wouldn't be surprised if ANET fell back down into pre-split realm where they kind of jumped up from that news. So I would say PT maybe 120, and if it falls below 120, you'd be able to take it further down, maybe down to 100. We can hear CJ on YouTube. Hey, yes sir.
Hey, let's go.
Square. Actually, wait. Let me take one out of Danny's chat before I do anything. D-Dog. Yo, wait, D-Dog. Hey, yo. I have not heard that name in like. I don't even want to know how long. D-Dog's an interesting play, mainly because it is now at this gap fill mark. So assuming this thing falls below 130, you have an easy gap fill back down to 110. I'll write that down. I'll create an alert. D-Dog below 129. I'll take this thing short. I like it. Gap fill down to 113. D-Dog. I give it 2 thumbs up. I like this. I also have D-Dog. I'm bearish. Absolutely, I agree. LSID, nice for short. Damn, everyone just wants to take short. I like it. I like the mentality. I love when markets are pointing short. It's fun. All right, LSID. Let's see. What about LSID? LSID, we rejected the 50 SMA. I would not want to take this thing long. You're also coming out of this huge selling pressure, and your buying is kind of already tapering out. So I'd be a little. Yeah, that's what I thought so too. The buying pressure is already kind of tapering out. MACD crosses back down. This thing tests 35. Below 35, he touched, I don't know, maybe 28. Probably 30 though. I would be short personally. Their lockup ends soon. Oh yeah. if it's on lockup type vibes, it might float around for a little bit, and as soon as that thing ends, it's just gonna get like dumped out. Whoops. Let's see. There's someone in here who's not muted and I can hear you. Okay. What do we have in the chat? Square.
Hey,
I like
Ben.
Square.
After Square, pull up Baba for me.
Alright, say less. Square has been like really shit. I mean, really bad. Square took this H pattern and then just kept dipping. Honestly, if it hits $100, I'll probably just dip by it, but they have their earnings coming up soon. Maybe they'll see some sort of run, but truly, honestly, like this thing looks so bad. Like Square just looks bad. Honestly, I'd continue shorting this thing personally. Only problem when it's like this red is you can't really tell how much lower it'll go. So really quickly, let me put you onto some free game. Let's just pull up a fib line real quick. Fibs, and we'll pull it to this first dump down here at 32.33. Let's see, 32.33, all the way up to 289.23. down to where we currently this thing's totally screwed. Down there. Oh wait, I did that totally wrong. Let me clear that up for you guys, sorry. But pretty much when you don't know where the stock's going, just draw fib lines. They help like a lot. So let me just put this thing back down to this 32 mark. 32.33. All right, so we bounced a little bit right here on the 38.2 fib line. Assuming we fall below this, I would continue taking this thing short. That's pretty much it. Microsoft. Okay, so see, the thing with Microsoft is it's not doing as well in tech as, say, Apple and Amazon are. Actually, I haven't looked at Amazon, I can't say that. As well as, like, say, Apple is. So I would be a little more hesitant to take this thing. Overall, right now, it is confirming to the downside. I would be very hesitant to take it long. Visa. Visa has a little V-shaped recovery. This thing almost looks like an inverse head shoulder. I would wait a little bit, honestly, because you're currently between, 3 different SMA lines. Either you'd fall back to 210 and you take this thing long if it holds, or this thing breaks back above, say, like 217 and a half, and you take it up to 225. That's how I would go about playing this one. Because as of right now on this 4-hour chart, notice right here, this is just a huge H. Assuming we try for this 200 SMA at 217, this thing falls lower. Let's see. BAC. And as for the stream, I'm gonna cut off requests right here so that way we can make this thing nice, short, and sweet. But I am very excited about this whole challenge that we've got. So firstly, Bank of America touched 200 SMA on the 4-hour chart. Again, 200 SMA is the mean, aka a very nice place to buy. Not financial advice, but overall, we did just ping a reversal to the upside. Assuming we can hold this level above 9 SMA on the 4-hour chart and the 1-hour chart, I would be very inclined to take this thing long. So only thing is, again, longer time frames. Doesn't look too good. Here's the daily chart. This might gap fill if it falls down to 47, all the way down to 46. And we also have a histogram that's falling. So I'd be careful with it. But if it holds onto the 200-day moving average, maybe long. I don't know. It's in a weird spot. Maybe check in like a week. F and AMD. I haven't taken a trade on Ford in like a long time, but this is pretty exciting. I'm assuming this is for earnings that they're kind of running right now. They have earnings in 1 week from now. Ford has been just on a shred. I'm assuming. I don't know, actually, to be honest. They look pretty good, though. I would keep taking this thing long. It's a bull flag setup. You're bouncing on the 9 SMA. I got no beef. I like it. AMD. I also like Ford because the options are pretty cheap. AMD, same thing. They have very cheap options. So AMD actually has a really nice bull flag setup. So if AMD can get above 140, I'll take this thing long back up to like 150. I like AMD. Just simply put, AMD, top tier setup. Where can I get the Artstrading visualizer? Shoot me a DM on Discord, and I will send that over to you. Affirm and Nike. Affirm looks horrible. You filled the gap to the downside, so maybe if it hits like 60, start taking it long, but this thing doesn't look very good. I would probably continue taking this thing short. Nike. This is in a dangerous spot. So Nike falls below 144. There's a giant gap fill back down to 130. I'd be careful with this. If stuff like Nike starts falling, retail will overall just kind of start dipping. Let's see if there's any other requests here. CJ had said Baba not too long ago. I just remembered that, and I apologize. So let me check out Baba. Baba. Let's see, Alibaba. Alibaba, assuming it breaks just this like 133 mark, this thing rockets, bro. Like, I think Alibaba has been beat up for a little too long.
Yeah, one of the main reasons I actually put on the watch list, it said China just cut their interest rates, like yesterday. So
Say less.
I think we can see it. Yeah, we can see it running Chinese stocks. So that's why, Baba, why not?
Yeah, that's all you got to say, bro. Assuming it gets above 133, this thing goes to 140 to 147. Assuming it gets above there, you have a gap fill back up to 160. This thing's probably pretty, like, I would say full send on this one. I like it. Let's see. Pan W and MDB. Pan W? What is this? Palo Alto Networks? I have never in my life heard of this stock, but it looks like I would be pretty inclined to take this thing short. This looks like a head and shoulders on the daily chart, and that's a pretty big time frame, which means that you'll see probably like a week or so of selling on this thing. I don't know if it'll touch 200-day moving average per se, but it looks pretty bearish overall. I wouldn't be inclined to take this thing long. MDB. I have never seen this stock either, but you are sitting on the daily chart, 200 SMA. If you hold it, thumbs up, take this thing long. If it doesn't, thumbs down, take this thing short. Profit target, ideally, you'll be taking it anywhere from like 390 to like 385. What are you doing, and talk to you later? I hate you.
Yeah.
If I hit you with a WYD. I'll go through Costco one more time because I guess some people didn't see that one. Costco right now is just really short. Assuming it holds 500, I'll start taking long. But if it falls below 500, there's really no support until it hits 200 SMA at 450. Alibaba, already hit that. DraftKings is one that I haven't done. DraftKings. Okay, so Jesus, this thing's at $20. What the hell happened? Yo, CJ, remember when we were trading DraftKings at like 60 to $70, and that was like paying like crazy?
Oh, those are great times.
I remember that. Or when it was at like 30 for the first time, not like 30 on the downside.
Then we started playing when it first came out.
Yeah, exactly. This thing looks horrible, guys. I wouldn't take this. Like, even just in general, I think it's a little too choppy in terms of its like downside. It doesn't look too hot. Maybe keep taking it short, I guess. I don't know. I don't like it too much. I'm already long on PDD. Jeez. JP Morgan. I like JP Morgan, but I think that I need to wait for these guys to get back above 200 SMA on the daily chart. If they get back up to at least to gap fill this first little gap to 163. My big play. All right, let me tell you. Let me flex on you guys really quick. I alerted to my group long Wells Fargo at 47, and we still have like 5 months until expiry. Not trying to flex or anything, but like, shit, we were up like 600% on that shit. I mean, that stuff. PDD, Home Depot. I don't like this at all. I think retail sector might be a little too weak in general, though. Yeah, we might see support at 365. If we don't, this thing probably keeps selling off until maybe like 350. Nvidia, I like Nvidia overall, just like as a stock to play. Nvidia is pretty high or pretty down off of highs. That said, if you can start getting this thing to plateau a little bit, maybe you can start taking it long. Notice that we have the histogram right here, kind of rounding back out. Maybe start taking it, but it's still pretty short biased. Costco going at $10. Chill. Have I mentioned Qualcomm? Negative, sir. Give me a sec. QCOM. Qualcomm. Oh, yo, CJ, peep Qualcomm for me, bro. Tell me this isn't the biggest bull flag you've ever seen in your life. Starting at 130 all the way up to 190.
Hey, yo. That's what I was saying, bro. Check out SMH, which is the semiconductors ETF. It's in a bull flag on a weekly.
Bro, this... I like Qualcomm. Qualcomm looks like... I'll actually put this on the watch list, like as stuff that I'll probably trade. Assuming it gets back above 183.5, it's like... This may be something that like bakes over time. I like this one though. Let me check out SMH, the semiconductor ETF. Shaking my head. Yeah, another bull flag, bro. I think we might see AMD, Nvidia, Qualcomm just shred in these next couple of weeks. Then.
And that'll push up tech, and then obviously that pushes up tech.
That pushes up Qs and everything. Yeah. Let's see, Roblox. Dude, Roblox got murdered since people started taking profit on their earnings. It's down half from the peak. That's kind of wild. Maybe wait for it to hit like 77, and then you can start maybe building a position in it, assuming it holds. UMC, me saying that I'm going to end requests, and I'm still taking more requests. POV, dummy mode. All right, UMC... Crossover, MACD, you have a W bottom, maybe retest 12.5. That's a pretty simple one. CXO, I've never heard of that. Concho? It doesn't even load charts, that's how much, and no one's ever played it, bro. Unless my connection just dropped. Hey, yo, my connection dropped? Yo, y'all hear me? Oh, hey, yo, can anyone hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, you still on, bro. You're good.
Let's see. Oh, I guess I just can't open up that CXO chart. Sorry, champ. Neo. Neo looks pretty nice if you can get this thing to hold above 30. You have a crossover, so I wouldn't be surprised if you saw at least a 32 retest. One thumbs up. ABBV. Get it above 137. You can take it long. I like that. I would give that like a sideways thumbs up. 9.6. I don't know. Wait, Ayo, was that you, CJ? Oracle. This thing is like flat as all flat. I would probably just not trade this in general just off of the way it plays. If you can get above 200 SMA and 50 SMA, you can start rounding this bottom out. I'm just going to avoid this one because it's a little too flat. Let me pull up a daily chart. Ooh, actually, hold on. Daily chart. Daily chart look pretty good though. You have 200 SMA. Maybe actually a pretty decent place to take it long. Thanks for the stream. Great. Hey, I appreciate it. I already hit Wells Fargo. I think Wells Fargo hit 60. I think honestly we'll see like 08 prices on Wells Fargo. That's why I'm still holding my May expiry. TSM. The Superman. TSM had a huge push on earnings. I typically don't play earnings stuff, so this might be one of those cases of fading the bounce. Maybe wait for the gap fill to the downside. Art, how confident are you in this challenge coming up? Bro, I'm here to make some, I'm here to get a bag, bro. Last time I got up to 18K, pretty close, and then I just paused it and then never really followed up on it, so I apologize. This one, I think I'll hit 30K pretty easily. I don't know. I like trading. Last one, bro. Okay, let me see if there's any more here. Twitter.
Is this one a cash account or is it margin?
This is a cash account. I
Gotcha.
realized that my packet showed the old version of my rules, and so I was like, yeah, this one's gonna be on a cash account. Let's see, Twitter. I don't like Twitter. I mean, ever since I just haven't liked Twitter in general. I don't think I've ever put a trade on Twitter. In general, it's just a huge downtrend. There's nothing really to say about it other than not a fan. I would probably just keep taking it short. Keep in mind that they have their earnings coming up, though. Be careful with that. But Twitter barely makes any money, so I don't know. For anyone who still needs to get the paperwork for the challenge, feel free to shoot me a DM. That way I can get that over to you and like Discord information so you can watch me trade it live. Otherwise, I'll be putting it into the small account challenge tab on Fincher. But yeah, but if you want like direct access to me where you can just like talk to me in the chat, that'll be on like my channel. This don't look too bad. Yeah, I apologize. I spoke a little too soon. I actually here's what I was sent. This Oracle chart. Oracle actually looks pretty damn good on 200 SMA. That's his little yellow line here. I give it thumbs up. Actually, 2 thumbs up. MACD curling 200 SMA. Yeah, agree. ARC. Let's see. ARC has been just beat up. I don't think I would take this thing long still. He had an H pattern, maybe above 80. There's no confirmation to the upside right now. I would just avoid ARC for uppies. Let's see. When was the last time they had a dip? Down at $33. 33 to 159.7. Here are our levels. This is just a fib line. We fell below the 81 mark. So realistically speaking, let me just compress this thing a little bit so we have a little more. The $60 mark might be the next thing we see on ARC. Who knows? I already did Apple. Is that all? Is that all? Is that all? Is that all? Bripto, what is my channel? My channel is just Artstrading on YouTube. Glad to be cash on like my 2 amigos. Yeah, ARC doesn't look too fresh. I would be a little. Whoops. I would be trying to avoid ARC. And then let me see. We have a whole 16 people viewing on YouTube and then 22 people viewing on Fincher. Yo, that's a fat stream. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's see. Anything else? Walmart and Coke. Walmart and Coke and Hut are my last ones. And after that, I'll give one more little run through of what we're doing in the challenge, and then I'll be calling it for the night because this has been a almost 1 hour stream. And I need to go lift because I'm holding CJ up. All right. Walmart. Okay. Walmart, Target, Costco, Home Depot are all, in my opinion, not buys right now. I will wait for them to all get into a price level that I like. I think retail is a little too weak. Do I want to take it short? If you can get the MACD to cross, sure. Otherwise, I'll wait. Coca-Cola. Coke is just a good dividend buy, not financial advice, but yeah. Coke in terms of just overall, you have a bull flag breakout. If you'd like, let me give you some levels really quick. Last time this thing dumped was 52.93. Oh, whoops, wrong kind. I didn't mean to do that one. Whoops. Stop. Go away. Bro, it's not meant to be. Sorry, no levels for Coke. I can't get that thing to work. Just use hold number levels. So 62, 63. Coke is a pretty small stock, so keep in mind that 60 cents is going to be 1%. Coke doesn't move more than 1% a day. If it moves 2%, that's like a 100% win. So set up your price points at hold number levels. So say 62, 63, and then the and a half marks in between. Hut. Is this supposed to be like Pizza Hut? What is this? Hut. What is Hut? This I don't like it. Get above 200 SMA, maybe I'll like it, but whatever this is, I'm not a huge fan of it where it sits at least right now. But it does have a little bit of hope. You have a MACD that's plateaued down here. You have a relatively flat histogram. RSI is bouncing on the oversold. This thing might bounce. Who knows? Let me just really quickly go back to the futures are dumping. Hello? Y'all see this thing? Damn. Okay, so really quick, let me just go and preface what we're doing on this challenge one last time, just so everyone understands what we're up to here. So basically, back in, I want to say September, I did a 3K to 30K challenge. Spoiler alert, we hit 18K and I paused the challenge because the market got like hella crazy and I started taking big positions on my main account. Market kind of has a little bit of a breathing zone right now, so I'm taking my challenge back up again. I want to, these futures are dumping right now. Following that Head and Shoulders that I was talking about, but the goal of this challenge is to hit 30K, aka get above the PDT roll and have a nice cushion to trade over PDT using a margin account in order to, become more of a career trader. If anything, that's what I do. That's my bread and butter. That's what I do for a living. I'm trying to get one of these guys. I'm trying to get one of these, McLaren things. That I like trading because it gives me that opportunity to have time to do other things other than being locked down at a job per se. This is my passion. This is what I like to do. I'll be typing into the Fincher chat on the Small Accounts Challenge tab. Otherwise, I will be live on either my own channel or on this YouTube channel. If you haven't gotten the packet of information about this challenge, please DM me, because after today, I will probably close my DMs off because I had to go through about 700 and something messages, and that was kind of a pain in the butt. That said, though, I will be trading using a cash account. I'll be using Interactive Brokers, and I'm looking to get this bag up. I hope that this is a great learning experience for you guys. I'll be using the RSI MACD setup that I'll be using simple moving averages, although I may experiment a little more with exponential ones. Overall, I'm playing A+ setups. I'm taking anywhere from weekly contracts to 2 weeks out. There will be more day trades than there will be swing trades. And I'll be taking retail, tech, and finance majority because those are the stocks that I know how to play well and how to kind of set levels, etc. Mostly, you're going to be seeing SPY, SPX, Costco, Apple, American Express, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, names like that, Boeing. And goal is to get 30K. So other than that, I appreciate you guys all for tuning in as usual. I'm going to get back on this YouTube thing. I'm going to get on this TikTok thing at Artstrading. And if you want to hop into my room, feel free to shoot me a DM. I'll send you an invite. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys all for tuning in, and I'll be concluding that here. Challenge starts tomorrow, bright and early. I hope you guys are excited and ready. I hope you guys are all participating, and if you are, please make sure that you guys leave comments and tickers and stuff for me to look at, because that makes things more interesting.